shattered lands, heroes rise, emerald warriors piercing skies, crushing foes, blood-soaked blades, legion born, never fades. Misfits gather, bonds of steel, vengeful hearts, furies feel, dragon slain, darkness torn, hope in shadows, legends born. Emerald fury, rage and fire, defend the weak, slay the liar. No retreat, relentless force, legion roars, primal course. Mystic realms, unbreakable chain, undying might, endless reign. Souls ablaze, burning bright, conquer fear, embrace the fight. Mystic realms, unbreakable chain, undying might, endless reign. Souls ablaze, burning bright, conquer fear, embrace the fight. Through the night, storms the light, heroic hearts, love inside, fears and roar, endless rain, souls ablaze, burning bright, conquer fear, embrace the fight. Through the night, storms the light, heroic hearts, walls inside, fierce and raw, nails inside. Fierce and raw, never yield, innocence saved, battle sealed. Every quest paths unknown, blood and sweat, seeds are sown, shield the meek, ruthless doom, emerald legion's final bloom.
From the heart of the Middlelands, where the Golden Road passes through fertile plains and close to ancient woods, the Mistwood Forest stands nearby, a sprawling, enchanted expanse where time itself bends around the Etherbloom gates. But all is not well beneath its twilight canopy. An imbalance stirs, a fracture, unseen but deeply felt, spreading like a shadow across the roots of this fragile land. 6 adventurers, bound by fate and driven by purpose, stand poised on the edge of a mystery older than the trees themselves. Their journeys will carry them through the quiet of the Middlelands, a quiet where secrets fester and alliances fray. Their choices will shape the future. The balance of magic, the breath of the forest, and the heart of Foreverland itself now rests in their hands. The heart of the Middlelands beats, but its rhythm falters, and so the story begins. Welcome, your path is set. Roll for initiative. The fate of Foreverland awaits. Hey there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. Welcome to another episode of Emerald Legion, Season 4. Believe it or not, we are on episode number 7 already. And of course, it takes place in the world of Foreverland, Oyala, and Dor in Ancient Elven, an ever-growing, everlasting world of community-developed modular system where we can plug and play regions as needed and things can be pulled out of thin air. It's just the way we work here. So I am going to one at a time introduce our players so that they can tell you who they are and who they're playing, and then we'll get into our game. And first up, across the board, is the character Rin. I think you might be muted, just so you know. Everybody might be muted.
There we go. Hi, I'm Kiri, and I'm playing Rin, the Pardis, dancer/monk. Yeah, you can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Kiri Morning.
Excellent, excellent. And next up, we have Serena. You can see her picture there on the upper right-hand side, by the way. I'm putting that up there for everybody. Serena, who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Lorelei. I am going to be playing our Selkie Oath of Redemption Paladin tonight. And you can find me on Facebook as Lorelei Return and Twitch is Lorelei Art. And I'm usually on the Discord as Grey Wolf.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And next up is, well, don't bug out anybody because Xerxes is next.
No, you can feel free to bug out if you'd like. I'm Garrett. I'm playing Xerxes the Zephrith. He's like a praying mantis kind of a character. He is a bard lock, which is a bard and a warlock. And you can find me on the socials somewhere. I'll get back to you at the end.
That D&D guy somewhere, and other bigger, longer names. and next up, we have Yuki. Muted. I think you're still muted. What's going on? I don't hear you. Why are you so quiet?
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
Yeah. What else is new?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing would go.
Are you there now?
So not be our stream without it.
Do you know
I do not
sign?
have any microphone sound from you at all. Okay, we will come. We will come back. Oh, are you there?
I don't know. Is it working now?
Yep.
Yay.
Okay. There we go. All I did was unplug and replug in my headphones, and apparently that fits things.
Sometimes that can do the trick.
All
I did
right.
the same thing with my camera.
So I'm Rose, also known as Malta Starlight. I play Yuki, which is Lapis, Twilight of the Cleric of the Twilight.
Excellent, excellent. And next up, we have Oswald, Combat Chicken.
Yes, I am Oswald, the Combat Chicken, and I am playing a rat type, bird folk, ostrich type. That is a paladin of the Order of Glory. Sorry, Oath of Glory. My
Well, an oath of glory, maybe sometimes, but we'll see how that plays out. And last but not least is well, be careful when you're going through the jungles. That's for sure. We have Passiflora.
Yes, I play Passiflora, a Tincto Moss Dancer. She's a Ranger Rogue mix. And yes, you don't want to get anywhere near her because she claims herself as territory.
Excellent. Excellent. And me, I am Deacon Blues. You can find me on all the socials at Deacon's Table. And of course, on our Discord, which I will share with everybody. Let's do that actually right now while we can, because it's pretty important for the Discord. Because again, anybody that's watching this now or later can join us on in the Discord community, become part of the storyline, help to contribute to this story, as well as become part of one-shots and live play. We have 24/7 role-playing and all kinds of other fun stuff. Because Foreverland, join us. Foreverland is a modular system that is community developed, so it makes it a lot more fun. So I will flash that up every now and again on the screen, so you have that chance to, write down the link and join us on Discord, because unfortunately there's no clickable stuff on here, but we'll get there. So anyway, now that we've all been here, we've gone past the halfway point of this particular season, and we're kind of moving towards a finale situation here to find out what's going on with the group, the Gilded Accord, that you guys have been following and trying to get to the bottom of on what's happening. And you're getting there. You've now, of course, finished with Mistwood Forest, and we're going to do a bit of a recap just so people can know where we kind of are at the moment. So, the fires of the ruined Etherbloom laboratory still smolder in your memory. The war against the Gilded Accord is far from over. Though their foothold in Mistwood was severed, their true machinations remain hidden somewhere in the Scarlet Grove, where an impossible Etherbloom gate may be forming. With the Etherbloom core shard in your possession, you have chosen to travel west along the Golden Road, a 12-day journey towards Scarlet Haven. There you may find guidance, allies, or perhaps even whispers of the Accord's movements. But before you depart, The town of Mistwood offers a final chance to prepare. And that's where we had actually left you guys, was in the town of Mistwood. You have dropped off the shard, and you had been going about town, doing your whatever things you have to do to stock up. So with that in mind, the morning light filters through the mist that gives the town its name, bathing Mistwood in a golden haze. The scent of fresh bread and damp earth lingers as the town stirs to life. A blacksmith's hammer rings from the bound chap, while merchants in the central market arrange their wares. The comforting normalcy of daily life contrasts sharply with the weight of your knowledge. The Gilded Accord's machinations have not ended, and their presence still lurks beyond these peaceful streets. Your journey west along the Golden Road begins today at some point. The 12-day trek through rolling hills and fertile plains will lead you to Scarlet Haven, and there you hope to gain the information on the Gilded Accord and their hidden operations. But first, there are matters to attend to here in Mistwood. You must gather your supplies, find out any warnings that you can, and make any final preparations. So, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys had come into town. I know you had spent the night in the inn, and you dropped the shard off where it belongs. And from there, what's going on? So, I'm going to just make sure I'm not missing anybody here, because I don't know if we're using I don't think anybody's got the card system down yet. Well, we got to play. So we'll try to do that actually within the next episode or so. Maybe by the final episode we'll have a red card up so we can show. But as long as there's something. So anybody have anything they would like to do? Yes, Xerxes.
Can I? First things first. Did you say we got a long rest?
Yep. You guys have spent the night at the inn, or close to the inn, or wherever you want it to be.
Okay.
In your hole.
I would like to spend at least a little bit of time through the night trying to look at this stone that we found, the part of the Etherbloom found, trying to kind of get a magical sense of it, to gain a bigger scope of the scale that we're dealing with here, if that makes any sense.
Okay, so not the shard, not the main shard.
Is it possible to spend some time with that
Before you had dropped it off?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, you guys were traveling probably about 4 days through the forest to get back to Mistwood with it in your possession. So you would have had time to kind of spend a little time with it, each of you, if you want to, trying to discern anything about it that you can. What specifically is Xerxes looking for when it comes to information on that shard, on the Etherbloom shard?
Is it something, I am genuinely trying to learn if it is something that we can use to our advantage, and if so, can it be controlled enough so that it won't kill us all when we use it?
Okay, so I'm going to have you roll me either a religion or an arcana check.
Oh, arcana, I believe. Yeah.
I see you, Oswald. You're next.
11.
11 on which one?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to guidance myself, actually. Hold on. 11 on religion, but give me a second. I'm going to guidance. Because guidance is 5. Let's see, 14. That's better.
Okay. You actually needed a 13 on the religion for this. You spend maybe a couple of hours with it during your travel. Sure. You get an overwhelming sense of belonging and power.
Okay.
Power that is beyond the hive.
Okay.
Beyond the hive mind.
Wow.
Like it's that It gives you an anxious anticipation, even holding it like next to you as you're examining it. You're just like, this is important.
Damn. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So probably
Yeah.
can't be controlled by us anyways, if it's that powerful.
You feel that it would definitely be helpful at some point, but
Yeah.
it's not. There's no way that you guys are going to be able to control or
Yeah,
use
okay.
it.
That's fair. Okay.
Yes, Oswald.
Oswald's going to go check with his chef to see if he got all the supplies for the travel over to the Scarlet Grove. He's going to check with his messenger to make sure that the message was sent to the Emerald Legion leaders, and he's going to just bring his squire back from the training he did back to the party and just go, all right, what did I miss?
Okay. So again, a lot of stuff going on there with your squire and your training. That's on your person. You can figure that out. When it came to getting supplies and everything gathered up, because you sent him out to get stuff for you guys to help on your journey. So he has returned to you with basic rations for everybody, because they have no intention of going along on these missions at this point. They're going to stick with your base of operations here in town. But it is 6 gold pieces per person for these rations. So people who want it, and it's pretty reasonable. There's 12 days worth, so 6 gold pieces per person to have 12 days worth of rations. There is 1 healing potion, 1 potion of healing per person. So there's 6 healing potions. There is 1 Etherbloom infused amulet that is presented to the party that you can use. And I don't know who wants that. It's a +1 to Arcana checks.
Oh.
Give it to the bug.
If nobody else wants it.
Yeah, bug.
Okay. And then there's a reinforced traveler's cloak that has come from the leather worker in town. This actually will provide advantage against exhaustion from any weather effects that might happen.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Which it would have been handy in the wintertime, but it could also during heavy storms and stuff like that would definitely help.
Oswald just picks up the cloak and goes, so anybody want this, or should I just take this?
I think the frog should have that.
I was gonna ask about that. Yeah.
Yeah, give it to Passiflora.
He folds it up and just hands it over to Passiflora, making sure not to touch her.
She'll grab it carefully. Could you text me later? Write it down properly.
Yeah. If you need be, as I said, it's just advantage against exhaustion effects.
Oswald turns to his chef and goes,
Try to get that down.
Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Did I do good, boss?
He just goes, you did better than good. I was not expecting you to do any of this. I was just expecting you to get food for us.
I just told people what it was for.
Fair enough. You've earned yourself a nice little rest. Here, get yourself a room on me.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything in town? Nope. Okay. With that in mind, you've made your final preparations. Your packs are now secured. The time has come to leave Mistwood behind. The Golden Road stretches out before you as you head west, a shimmering path leading towards the unknown. As you take your first steps westward, a cool breeze stirs the mist at your heels, whispering secrets yet to be uncovered. The journey has begun. As Mistwood fades into the distance, the Golden Road unfurls before you, its ancient stones glistening in the morning sun, rolling hills far beyond the horizon, dotted with farmsteads, grazing cattle, and merchant wagons that creak under the weight of their goods. The air is crisp, carrying the scent of wildflowers and fresh earth. Yet something about the open road feels different. tinged with the quiet tension of unseen eyes. Perhaps it's just you. Though your journey has just begun, you can't shake the sense that the Accord's influence is not far behind, especially after all you've learned. Travelers pass with wary glances, and distant figures on horseback pause before disappearing into the tree lines. The road west will be both your path and your proving ground. The first leg of this journey spans 12 days to the Scarlet Trail Fork, and from there, another 6 days north along the Scarlet Trail to reach Scarlet Haven. What dangers await hidden in the vastness of the Middlelands? You're not sure. As you guys are going, what's your marching order? What is your
Oswald's going off in front. He's just like basically going off ahead a bit to scout ahead because he's obviously really fast. So he's just basically gonna make sure to
like zoom in and
be the
out.
scout.
Mhm.
to run through a portal and get locked in it? And that so
You already did
Oswald is
that.
going is up there. So who's following
You
behind
just
Oswald?
better
Hey, keep in mind,
I messed up your plan.
there is room to go as much as 3 wide on the road. It is a full-size road. So you can go side by side. You can go 3 wide. You can just do single file. What do you guys want to do?
I will say that Serena is probably second in line, keeping an eye out on everything, trying to see if they're being followed, just basically being perceptive as they're walking.
Okay.
And Rin is going to be trailing around the sides, going
On
in
the
and
side,
out. As usual.
left or the right?
Kind of going back and forth.
All right, so you're doing a whole zigzag?
Yeah.
All right, so you're trailing behind a little bit.
That's
That's
not
not
weird.
me.
That's
That's
me.
not Rin. We have 2 Serenas.
Oops,
Serena duplicated herself.
not you. You. Okay, next.
I'll go next. I'm walking along, casting prestidigitation every now and then to kind of make some faint traveling music as we go along. Light, but just something to break the silence.
Okay, Yuki.
I'd be following behind Sabrina and them.
So you're going behind Serena. Okay, and pass the floor.
I'd probably be kind of off to one side a little bit, but kind of keeping close to the party. But again, kind of that one of those ones. I like to stay off to the side, kind of half hidden, so that if anyone shows up, they don't know I'm there.
Okay, well, actually, let's put you.
Oswald just
I
gonna start heading off ahead of everyone. Just
Okay.
scout ahead.
So your first, as I said, the days pass without much issue. You do pass the occasional merchant caravan going by, lone riders. Occasionally, you do come across a hunter's way station that they offer, kind of a safe haven, a campfire. There's a well set up here and there where you can actually get some fresh water. The Golden Road, of course, you guys know it's not without its dangers, so you are always cautious as you go, especially considering you are heading in the westward direction, which is known to be heading towards Alsafia. Now on the third day, so the first couple days, no problem. On the third day, you spot a group of figures watching from a ridge overhead, like up ahead, and they're up on a ridge. They're up ahead of you, maybe 150 yards. You spot this a group of figures up on this hill, seem to be looking down on the road. What do you guys do?
Do they look like they're from the Golden Accord? Do they look dangerous? Are they?
Roll me a perception check.
I think what I would probably do is against on the
Oh.
party, but try to sneak closer so I can listen in.
Can we all roll a perception check?
There you go. If you'd like to.
I
Go ahead.
that. I rolled a natural 20 for 27.
19 for me.
Okay.
25.
Someone 20, 25. Okay. The one person doing something different, Passiflora, you were doing a stealth check. So roll me stealth.
Yep.
I got 17 for perception.
Digital eyes are hot tonight.
I got a 13.
Here. Right there. You got a 13. So two of you got 20 and above, correct?
Yeah, I got that 20.
Okay. You two are the only two that can identify them. Yes, they are Gilded Accord, and they are Gilded Accord scouts. The rest of you determine that they are wearing dark cloaks, and they look to have some form of bow, crossbow.
How close are they to get to each other?
They're about 10 feet from each other. Like they're up on a hill. There's only there's a couple of them. There's two of them up there, and they're about 10 feet apart. But as I said, they're about 150 yards away from you.
Can
So
I?
Where you are up close, they are watching the road. Now that you're up close, you're maybe 80 yards from them.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely at this point you do notice that they are Gilded Accord. They haven't seen you that you know of. They're not looking directly in your direction, but they are looking in the direction of your party behind you. You know that. Xerxes, you were going to say something?
Can I fly within 300 feet of them? I'm not sure how many yards that is, but in a second here, let me look it up actually. To about 100 yards. Yeah, so about 300 feet from them.
Yep.
And then fire an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You sure can.
I can.
Yep.
And here I was going to try to catch one of them, but okay.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so we've got Passiflora, you're down below. Are you doing anything now that you've noticed this before we deal with like action?
Honestly, with me being as close as I am, I think I'm probably prepping my poison onto my weapons so that I can attack, because I know my party and I know myself. I'm going to attack anyone that.
So you're preparing, and are you using your stealth and continuing to get within melee or range, at least
Yes.
get into range?
Yes.
Okay, Oswald?
My stealth, by the way, was a 23.
Yeah.
Oswald is just basically readying up one of his bowlers so he could just basically on his turn run up and bowler one of them in the legs and tie him up.
Okay, so you're moving forward.
Yeah, I can actually move up to 120 feet in a dash, so yeah.
Okay, so you're moving right up here somewhere. Yuki, what are you doing?
Right now I'm just kind of keeping an eye on what's going on and kind of keeping close.
Okay, so you're just sticking with the rest of the group. Serena.
Noticing they are Gilded Accord, she will say loud enough for Ren and Yuki to hear. Those are Gilded Accord members. Let's see.
Okay. So she shares that information. That's a free action. Are you taking any direct action or like moving forward? Are you doing anything?
Can I try and talk them down?
Yeah, keep in mind, you're 150 yards away. You're more than a football field away from them.
Okay, never mind. I didn't know how many feet that would be.
450 feet.
Okay, well, we'll just move a little forward
So you're
and
moving
try to talk them down, but knowing the party, this will not go well.
Okay, so you're moving up to engage in dialogue. Okay, Yuki, I'm just going to have you follow along. Sorry, Ren, what are you working on?
Is there any way through the woods around there to get up on the ridge near them?
So you're zigzagging over to this side, okay?
Mhm.
Because they're on a ridge right up in this area here.
Mhm.
So that's roughly where they are. So yeah, you can make a stealth check if you want to try and get up that ridge.
16.
Okay, so you are stealth. You are starting to make your way up the ridge. Okay, so the person that is engaging first and foremost, Xerxes, you declared an actual attack.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead.
Does a 19 hit them?
Yes, it does. So what does your Eldritch Blast look like?
Oh, it's wow. This is actually kind of funny. Well, not funny at all. It's
not on the receiving end, it won't be.
Yeah. Where is the? What do I just done? I rolled 10. So hold on. So he opens his wings and they kind of glow for a second, and there's a beam that shoots out from them, like from both sides, but kind of connects and then shoots up. It's like a rainbow colored, like it's like if you were watching the Bifrost from the outside. It's that kind of a color,
kind of like a prismatic.
Yeah. Very, very much so, because his wings are very prismatic like that. So
that's what you guys see. Is you see Xerxes fly up, and he's kind of hovering at a spot across from them, about 300 feet away, and you see his wings kind of come together a little bit, and a bolt shoots out and strikes one. So what damage did you do? 10 damage?
Yeah. Max damage.
Okay. And I need nice. Very nice. And at that point, we are going to roll initiative, unfortunately.
That's sad.
Oh dear. Okay.
I don't like that noise at all. Oh dear.
So I heard, that's sad. So I'm guessing you got a bad one too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ren?
15.
15. Okay. And Serena?
7.
What's your dexterity?
Oh, tied somebody.
It was 17, so 3 for the mod.
Okay. So you're going to go first. So I'm going to give you an 8. Okay. And then we got Xerxes.
16.
Took me this long to get a bad roll.
16. Yuki?
I have a +8 to my initiative, and I rolled a nat 1.
Ooh.
Nice. Good news is you still go before Serena.
Yeah.
And me. To be honest. Oswald.
8.
An 8. Well, what's your dexterity? Oswald, what's your dexterity?
Oh, my dexterity? That would be +3.
+3.
The same.
Same as Serena. So, guys, rollsies. You and Serena, roll me d20, please.
I got an 8.
17.
Okay, so Oswald's going first.
Hey, I've been rolling really well this entire season, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
tonight it decides to
Gotta break sooner or later.
I'd
Yeah,
rather all
exactly.
initiative.
Reality had to come crashing down on you eventually.
Pass the floor.
Guess what? I got an 8.
Jeez, we are rolling fire tonight.
What's your
Roll
dexterity?
tonight.
Damn.
It's a 19 for a
We're
+4.
doing great.
Okay, so you're going to go before them. So that's
Wow.
Great.
yeah, that's
We're having
everybody.
a fantastic night.
Xerxes. All right, top of the round. Xerxes, you are up again.
Jesus, wow.
You
all right.
caught them off guard. when they see you fly up and they're kind of watching, you know that they're watching you, but they weren't expecting just.
I'll hit him again. Try to hit him again. Good something. 24 to hit.
Yep, that hits. Same guy.
Sure, why not? Only 1 force damage this time, though.
1 point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glancing blow.
And I don't have any bonus actions I want to do yet, so I'm good.
Not yet. Okay. Next up is Rin.
I'm going to try and flank them, staying as stealthy as possible.
Okay. You are stealth. So you're moving even closer. You're trying to get in behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you are trying to get up and behind them. Let's get these guys now on the board. And it was, I said it was this guy. And this guy. All right, so you're going to have to roll me a stealth again.
Well, I'm keeping that one. Isn't that 20?
Ooh, nice.
Okay. So you're well hidden, and well, at least yep, you're well hidden. And what are you doing now that you're behind them?
I'm going to attack with my fans.
Okay, the one on the right or the one on the left?
The one that hasn't been hit yet.
Okay. All right, roll to hit.
Another nat 20. Ooh,
Nice.
I got all your luck.
Nice.
Yes, you did.
It seems everyone has stolen your nat 20 abilities.
Yeah. It's taken over. I love it.
It's okay. Pay luck from windows.
Let's see.
Is that the end?
I've forgotten what I need to do now.
You just double your initial roll.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah. Not your pluses or anything, just your initial roll.
okay. 8 points.
8 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. Second attack is 17.
17, that hits.
And he then takes another 5 points.
Another 5 points. Excellent. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Saflora, you're up.
Does a 19 hit?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yes, it does.
Didn't quite get all the dice rolled ahead of time. Sorry about that. Plus 14. I'm casting Zephyr Strike. And then I'm going to use my Dread Ambusher. Where's my other D8? 16 damage.
Okay, to which one?
The
one that Rin's attacking or the other one?
We'll be banging down below. Which one's the easiest for me to see?
Probably the one that's right above you.
I kind of figured. Okay, that one.
Good hit either. So how much damage?
That was 16.
16 damage?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
No, I attack again.
Okay.
Roll a second time. And that one is another 16 damage.
All right. He topples down the hill.
And then I again, always like I always do, I move in a different spot so that way they can't pot shot me.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
You move. Okay. And that brings us to Yuki. What are you doing?
I'm trying to remember what it's called. Lorelai said I should probably do this a thing, but I'm trying to remember what it's called.
Twilight Sanctuary.
Twilight Sanctuary. That's what it is.
Nice.
She reminded me I have this thing. I was like, what was it called?
Okay. So that's all you're doing?
Yeah, I'll do that this time.
Okay. What exactly is it doing?
Let me double check.
You have the link I sent you?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on here.
Okay. I tried to make it easier for her, Deacon, and sent her a link that told her exactly what it did.
Yep.
Bonus eyes, finds.
So the nice thing about playing online is you
At second level, you can use your channel divinity to refresh your allies with Soothing Twilight. As an action, you present your holy symbol as a spear of twilight. Enables from you. The spear is centered on you, has a 30-foot radius, and is filled with dim light. The spear moves with you, and it lasts for 1 minute or until you are incapacitated or die. Whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn in the spear, you can grant that creature one of these benefits. Then it has two benefits. Either I can grant it temporary hit points equal to 1d6 plus your cleric level, or I can end one effect on it, causing it to be charmed or frightened.
Okay. All right. So the ones that are immediately within your range is Xerxes, Serena, and Oswald. They're there. So if you are choosing to give them something, you can.
Yeah, I will be doing the first one that gives them temporary hit points equal to 1d6 plus my cleric level. My cleric level is 5. And the 1d6 is a 6.
Holy cow, 11. How long does it last for?
The
1 minute.
herb lasts for 1 minute or until you're incapacitated or die.
That's
1 minute. Okay. So 10 rounds, basically. So you guys all, so Serena, Oswald, and Xerxes, you get 11 bonus hit or temporary hit points.
That's amazing. Thank you.
That's an awesome ability.
Yeah, yeah. That's extremely.
Yeah, most definitely. Was that the end of your turn, Yuki?
I believe so.
Okay. Oswald, you're up.
Okay, I can obviously see the one guy dead, right?
Yeah. He toppled down the hill. He toppled down the hill and he's not moving.
I'm gonna basically run up to the other guy, get as close as I can to him, and just throw my bolas at his legs. I know that should be me rolling with disadvantage, but I want to try to restrain his legs.
So how close are you rolling? He's 30 feet up a hill. Steep incline.
Okay.
So what are you doing? Are you going to the bottom of the hill?
So I have nimble, so I can run up terrain without
Okay, so you're running up to him within like 10 feet or so and then throwing the bullet.
Yep.
Okay.
So I rolled a 17 and a 19, and with my plus, that's 21.
It hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hits.
And now I have to roll 1d4 damage because it only does 1d4 damage. Plus my dexterity, obviously. So that's 6 damage.
Okay.
Tying up his legs.
So you wrap him up and around his legs. Does he get a dexterity saving throw or anything to avoid that?
No, I had to hit it.
Okay. So his legs are tied up. So if he moves, he's going to possibly trip.
He gets a strength saving throw to break out of it.
Okay, that's fine.
Or be knocked prone.
Okay, so you've done that. Is that the end of your turn?
Let's see. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Divine Grace on myself.
Okay. Serena, you're up.
Divine Favor. I got the name.
I am going to persuade him to talk to us, hopefully.
Okay. Well, how are you doing that?
Like,
what are you asking him? What information are you trying to get?
I'm just trying to figure out, like, how far ahead of us the Gilded Accord is, why they were sent here, any important pertinent information that we can get. That would help us at this point. Like, is there actually a Etherbloom gate in the Scarlet Grove?
Okay, well, that's a very specific question. So you can roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay. And she's good at this. What she's built for.
Holy.
27.
Yep. 27.
She's built for this.
He kind of looks at you. You're far from here, and I haven't seen it, but they say it's there. That's the answer you get.
Huh?
And he's still keep in mind, he's still engaging with other people at this point. So you got those answers out of him. And because you were using persuasion, I'm going to call that your turn. And he will be taking an action at this point, though, however, against the person behind him who attacked him. And is going to turn around with his short sword to attack Rin. And that is a 15, 22 to hit.
I'd say so, yeah.
And it came so suddenly and so swiftly, you were kind of almost taken aback by it. "14 points of slashing damage. As his short sword almost cut through the air like nothing. Like, you just impressive for someone even with your fans and your ability. It was quite the strike.
Damn.
Yeah, I think my boob fell off.
Oops. Oopsie. And that's his action. That's all he can actually do at this point. And that brings us to the top of the round, and that would be Xerxes. What are you doing?
Okay. What is going on around me?
Okay, you see Serena talking to him.
Okay.
And he is answering back, or did answer back.
Okay.
However, Rin has attacked from behind. Oswald has attacked from the front and has bound his legs up. Passiflora is on the move to attack. Yuki has cast this Twilight ability, which gave you temporary hit points.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on at this moment.
Can I see the person who attacked Rin?
Yeah, that's the guy that's engaged, that's talking to Serena.
Oh, wait.
He's multitasking like crazy.
Okie doke. All right. Well,
Yeah, he just, as a free action, he answered her. But at the same time, he's still engaging those that are directly attacking him.
Okay. All right. Well, and
he looks pretty badly injured.
He is above Oswald. Like, he's like,
yeah.
Okay. In between Oswald and...
About 10 feet above Oswald at this point.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't think there. How does he look health-wise?
He's injured pretty badly.
Oh, well. I don't want to kill him.
He's not bloodied yet, but he's hurt.
I will hold a spell action. Yeah, I'm gonna hold a spell action to cast in case he tries to get specifically in case he tries to run.
Yep.
And I'll cast Bardic Inspiration on Serena.
That's probably not going to happen because if he tries to run,
Yeah.
Well, just in case.
Okay.
I don't want to kill him, and I don't have any other actions that I can do right now. So
Bardic Inspiration on Serena, and then that brings us to Rin.
Remind me what the
You're
Bardic Inspiration does again.
1d6.
Yeah.
D6.
I'll type in chat.
I am going to kick him in the chest.
Okay, physical attack. Make a unarmed strike.
no, I can't.
18?
No, I can't, bro.
Sorry, how much?
18.
18 hits.
And I guess damage?
Yeah.
There's more of a attempt to knock him off the ridge.
Okay.
Just because
So-
you pissed me off.
So use your strength modifier. So it's 1 plus your strength modifier for damage.
Where is it? Uh, 3 points.
3 points. Are you using Fury Blows on him?
Yes.
Okay. Because you can do that with a physical unarmed strike.
All right. And second one is 7.
7 to hit, misses.
Okay. And 15.
15 hits. So that would be another 3 points of damage. So that's 6 damage in total that he's taken. And he will make and fail. And he will tumble down the hill for another 6 points of damage. So he is now bloodied and at the bottom of the hill.
Nice. Spit at the hill, down the hill at him.
There you go.
Okay.
So yeah, and he's prone. He's going to have to take half his movement to get up. So I don't know where. I'm trying to find where my prone thing is. I don't know where it went. Okay, and that's going to take us to Passiflora. You're up.
Passiflora, you're super quiet. We can't hear you.
Have to unmute. With them focusing on him, my focus has shifted to make sure there is no one else hiding around. Make sure
Okay,
that
make me a. What's your passive perception?
$18.
An 18. So I will allow you to make an investigation roll.
All right, that works.
There it is.
11 plus in. That's a 12.
A 12?
Yeah.
You're pretty sure it's just the two of them. You think it's just the two of them. You only see that, like, you see a path coming to this spot where they've just looks like they've been set up on the top of this ridge. There's actually a spot where a fire is kind of still smoldering in the background, almost out. They've kind of camped out here. It looks like for at least a couple of days they've been here watching the road, but you only see traces of 2 of them.
Then I think what she'll do is she'll kind of pass them to kind of watch up the path, make sure no one comes while they're interrogating. And as she walks by, she's like, "You better answer. I kill you. It's painful. I poison."
All right, so you're watching the path, and you say that down to them. That's fine, and that takes us to Yuki. What are you doing?
Well, first, is my Twilight Sensory still going on?
It goes for 10 rounds.
Okay, so who ended their turn in my Sensory then?
I think they've already got temporary hit points, though. Don't think it gives it every round.
It says whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn in the spear.
Oh, so you can give temporary hit points every round. Holy crap.
Yep. That's why I wanted her to use it in a fight.
It's overpowered.
From my understanding of it, it restores it. It doesn't stack, but it does restore it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it doesn't
I'm not sure because it says temporary hit points. Usually that's stacked on top. So it's hard to say.
Temp doesn't stack unless it says it stacks.
Yeah. Unless it says otherwise, temporary doesn't stack.
Which is fine because as soon as you run out of them, you get them at the end of your turn anyway.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right, so everybody
run out, go you do your thing, run back to her.
Yeah.
She's gonna be great in the fight.
Or are you doing anything else? You're still maintaining concentration, which means you can't cast another concentration spell.
Let me think.
Are not concentration spells.
I'm trying to figure out if this is a concentration spell or not. That I was thinking about doing.
Does it have a C on it?
Yes, it does have a C. Okay, there we go. So now I know that one is a concentration one. It doesn't have C's beside the one here, so I have to look them up first. Sorry. I said white C's beside the ones that are concentration. That would be helpful. This one does not have a C, so I'm going to try and cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay, so you summon a weapon into existence. Where are you summoning it?
I'm going to summon it as close to the bad guy as I can get.
Okay. So you get a right there. All right. So spiritual weapon, I believe is that not a bonus action? No, it's not. Okay, you gotta cast it first. Can you make it attack on the same round?
I think so.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's a floating cast a special weapon within range that lasts duration on2. You cast the spell again.
Yep.
When you cast the
You
spell,
can attack.
within 5 feet of the weapon or hit the target makes first damage equal to 1d8 plus your spellcaster modifier. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon. The weapon can take whatever form you choose. Clearance of deities are associated with particular weapons.
Okay, so you have a weapon.
I have the spiritual weapon. It seems like I should be able to attack with it on the first turn.
Yes, as I said, we already determined that. You can attack and roll to hit.
All right, so roll to hit. I believe I need a d20 to see if I hit. Let's see. What modifier would be for that? Spell modifier?
I think it's just your spell modifier.
So that would be +7. So 16 + 7.
Yep. So you hit. Roll damage.
Okay. So now I need the d8. We got a 7.
Okay. As spiritual, what is your spiritual weapon? What appears?
You know what? I'm gonna just make it a sword right now.
Sorry.
All right. So shoot. So a sword appeared. Anyway, that brings him to here. Right there. And that's all right. He's dead. So you slash down on him and he just bleeds out. All right. So you guys are now standing here with these two dead Gilded Accord members. They look like scouts. They're wearing the uniform of the scouts. What are you doing?
Oswald's actually going to head over to Yuki and just wag his finger in front of her face going, we were trying to get one of them alive.
Okay. Xerxes.
You said they had an encampment, right?
Yeah, look, well, you didn't. Well, I guess you were flying, so yeah, you'd notice it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd investigate the area eventually and discover it, I assume.
Well,
Yeah,
and
looks
Master
like
Flora would tell you about it after you guys kill him.
Passiflora is standing not far from it, watching down a
Okay,
trail.
is this going to be a very specific question? And I don't know if it'll make sense or not, but which way are there? I don't know if that'll make it. Yeah.
Which way are the tracks coming from?
I was going to say, which way are their tents facing? Because I figure that they would be looking for whatever it is they're looking for in the opposite direction of them.
Yeah, there's no tent. There's bedrolls.
Okay.
They were sleeping under the open air.
Okay, so then okay. You said there was kind of a fire?
Looks like they had a fire going to eat or whatever by or watch or
Which
night watch.
side of the campfire are the bedrolls on? Because I want to look on the opposite side and out in that direction.
The bedrolls were in behind the fire. Like the fire was there. Like bedrolls are in the back.
Okay.
So bedrolls are way back. Where is it? Way back on this side, and then there would be the fire, and then there was the edge of the hill, and they were looking out over the road down the hill.
Okay, so does it look like they were specifically looking at the road, or was it something beyond the road? Like,
no, they were watching the road.
They're looking. What can I see?
They were watching the road,
Okay.
and all you see is you see the road heading east and the road heading west, and that's what you notice.
Okay, so they were
yes.
watching the road then.
Red.
She goes down the hill and takes the uniform of the one who's least bloody.
That would be the first guy. This guy right here.
So she strips him naked, takes it off.
You take his Gilded Accord cloak and I can't remember what they call those pins that clasp it. The clasp.
Brooch?
Brooch.
Like a brooch, but it's a clasp for the cloak that holds it together.
Okay.
So you take that, Oswald?
Oswald just goes, oh, if we're stripping these guys naked, might be a good idea to give the uniform to Serena. That way she would look like one of them.
Wouldn't that defeat the purpose if none of us look like her?
What?
Well, I am the most human out of all of us. And technically, if we get in a situation, I could say I captured you.
Other than the fact they are wearing black leather armor, and they have this black cloak with the red Gilded Accord, red and gold Gilded Accord clasp. That's the only really discerning factors about them. They each have a short bow, and they each have a short sword.
Sell later.
That's what you visibly see on them, except one is now missing their cloak.
What kind of armor are they wearing?
It's black leather armor. It's just leather.
Just leather. Okay.
Nice made leather, but it's leather.
Yeah.
Oswald raises a finger and goes, since I'm usually one that's very upfront and personal and not very good at stealthing, might be a good idea to have me be the one that opts to be restrained. He gives Serena one of his nets to tie him up with.
Can I help you tie him up?
I'm just trying to picture the I'm just trying to picture the situation here. You're only 3 days out. You came across a couple of Gilded Accord scouts. You took them out, and now you're imprisoning yourself, disguising yourself as Gilded Accord to go the rest of the
However many days.
I just took the cloak and put it in my pack.
I would say we don't do it yet.
might
If
be a
the
good
situation
plan for the
arises,
future, but you know, I'm just saying it's kind of jumping the gun on what you're about to do and accomplish. Are you guys doing anything
Well-
else with the bodies? One
checking the
one cloak is completely tattered from sword slashes, but the other one is Rin's got it. They have the leather armor is intact, other than a few holes, and their weapons. Yes, Serena.
Can I check the bodies or the like the little campsite to see if there was any papers or any clues or anything on these guys that might
Okay, make
be
me an
beneficial?
investigation roll. So you're checking your campsite.
If I have room to carry things, I want to loot as much as I can to sell it later.
So are you looting the campsite or are you looting the bodies?
Bodies.
And what
Okay.
was the roll you said?
Investigation on the campsite.
25.
Okay, tucked under a rock, you find a flask, a metal flask, and a journal, a leather-bound journal. The journal basically contains just notes on the comings and goings of caravans along the trade road, which direction they were heading, what day it was, the time of day, how many people, and so on. Just notes like that, and it goes on for, looks like about a week's worth of notes here, actually.
And it's just
The flask has got alcohol in it. On the bodies, Passiflora, you find 80 gold pieces.
Cool.
Okay. So with that, the day passes. It gets to night, and you set up a camp, and you get a long rest. So again, just to kind of to pause for a moment, we don't always have combat this early, but this was a simple little one that could have very easily been avoided. However, the players chose to engage rather than bypass. So it is what it is, and that in general, when people, as I said, I like to explain when people are watching, I do a narrative. I let the party discuss and role play amongst themselves. There's usually at least 2 options of a skill check somewhere involved, and if there may be a possible combat if they don't avoid it by other means. So that's how we generally do things. So anyway, so that night passes. You guys, I don't think anybody was really wounded or injured. And if
Rin was.
Rin was hit pretty hard. You basically get your healing and your rest and your back. The next day, yeah, you got hit pretty hard. But the next day goes uneventful, no problem on your 4th day. As you're traveling on the 5th day, up ahead you see a merchant cart that is facing and heading eastward, back towards the town of Mistwood. It seems to be stopped with a broken axle, and the merchants, as they see you coming and going, could you spare a hand?
Of course.
Passiflora hides just in case it's a trap.
Oswald raises a hand and says, "It's best if I go first. That way, if it is a trap, I can get away from it."
I agree. You should go first.
Okay. Well, Oswald, do you know anything about fixing wagons?
Oh boy.
That would be probably
No.
a performance check.
No.
What would that be?
Yeah, I actually, you know what? Roll me a performance check. That's what you mentioned. So you're faking it.
Can
That's
I-
how you make it?
Can I assist him with that?
Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
So you're being offered aid by Xerxes, so you can roll it with advantage. Unless you already rolled well.
Well, I rolled a nat 20, and the second time I rolled a 12.
Okay, so it really looks like
It could be.
fixing the axle on this cart. Because you mentioned it, Passiflora, and you're looking to see, you sense something might be off. Roll me an insight check.
Can I assist her?
Yes, you may.
Yeah.
So Passiflora, make it with advantage.
Serena is also looking around because again, this is too suspicious.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the-
but you're still offering assistance. You're giving a help action, so that's your turn.
Yep.
I was
But-
going to do the same thing as Passiflora.
Okay, are you just gonna what you for insight or for investigating?
Like investigating around.
Okay, so you're investigating more.
What'd
Yeah,
you
I
get?
Roll me an
trust this
investigation check.
Huh?
That's okay. Still roll a check, investigation check. So Passiflora, what did you roll?
I'm glad she helped because if it hadn't been, I would have done bad. But I got a nat 20 thanks to her.
Nice.
24.
Nat 20. You basically the merchants seem on edge and afraid. Rin, investigating, you discover signs that this wagon, the axle that's broken, which you notice that Oswald Xerxes is helping them look good, but they're not actually fixing anything. It looks like they are, but it looks to have signs of forced sabotage, not natural wear. So someone intentionally sabotaged the axle of this wagon. And Passiflora, as I said, you notice that these merchants seem on edge, maybe afraid.
I think she would try to do like signals from the woods of things being off.
Okay, who are you trying to signal to?
Probably Serena because she was also kind of paying attention and helping me.
Okay.
And so kind of signaling to her.
So Serena, you get a notice from the woods, from the edge that, or the edge, where she's watching, that something just doesn't seem right. What are you doing with that information?
With that information, I'm assuming Rin is nearby. So she's gonna, like, very casually tap the side of her blade to kind of try to warn the others that something may be off without giving it away to the potential people that are looking. But her party members should know she does not grab her weapon normally. So this is a hint to her party members.
Can I do a perception check?
Yes, you can.
Honestly,
Rin acknowledges Serena.
Okay.
15 I rolled.
Okay, so Oswald, Rin, you did notice Serena, and you acknowledge that what she's trying to put off to you. Oswald, you notice Serena make this odd gesture as well, which isn't common for her. But you also notice that the merchants that are with the wagon, when she taps her sword, they get spooked, like jumpy.
Okay, is Xerxes with me?
He was helping you. He's not far. He's helping you pretend to fix the wagon.
Okay. This situation where I'm going to call and say, "No touchy, but run!"
No touchy, but run. I love it.
So you're running?
Wow, subtly is strong with this.
I'm running. I'm running back.
I know, right?
Hoping
I was
Xerxes
trying to be
is gonna
subtle.
So where are you running to?
to the party with hoping Xerxes follows.
Okay, everybody's around the wagon.
The poor merchants that are terrified.
The merchants are there. Xerxes are there. You guys are like under the. Just to get a picture of the scenario here, Oswald and Xerxes are almost under the wagon, fixing a broken axle. Passiflora is just on the edge, maybe 5 feet from the wagon, just in kind of like the brush line, watching for things. Serena is like 2 feet away from the wagon itself. Rin is right there as well. Yuki isn't far, so there's nowhere to run to. You can stick your head up from underneath the wagon, and as you do, one of the merchants looks at you very on edge as you do so, and just says, "So, can you fix it?"
Do you have a fourth grind axle wrench?
Huh? No.
Well, I can't possibly fix it without one of those. I'm sorry.
Fine. We'll try and do our best and do something ourselves. So get out of the way.
Okay, and I'll move out of the way.
They're like you see them under the wagon now, like shaking and nervous, but trying to fix their own wagon. Not doing very good at it either, but they're doing their best. Are you guys doing anything else other than what?
Yeah, can Serena call over and be like, try to ascertain why they're scared?
I think Passive Force is looking for why they're scared.
The one person peeks their head out and goes, "I don't know what you're talking about. If you can't help, just move along and leave us be."
Can I look
Lynn's going to start scooting around the area.
Okay.
Can I look in the opposite direction from where they came? Like the opposite direction to where they're going, I should say, to see if I can see anything coming.
So you're heading further west down the road.
Yeah, not heading, but I just want to look down the road and see if they were running away from something or something like that.
Well, you see the wagon tracks.
Yeah.
Come to this point, and then it breaks down. Make me a survival roll, and Ren make me an investigation roll.
25.
Okay.
Xerxes? One.
Okay.
8. Yeah, you're not sure. Like there's a couple. Like there's a horse with a wagon. The horse is there. The tracks are there. They've stopped. Just looks they were just coming west, and their wagon broke down. Is what it looked like. Although one of you determined they don't know it. They don't know, or maybe they do know that the wagon was sabotaged. Rin, as you're doing an investigation of the outlying area, you're kind of making a wider circle and going around. You do see traces of tracks, like human footprints here and there. In a couple of raised areas that are kind of hidden behind rocks. You see what remnants of old campsites that have been set up, maybe watch points. You notice that you find about 3 of those such locations, but none of them are recent, none of them are active, but they've been here.
Can I investigate the wagon?
You start snooping about the wagon. The one merchant that's not under the wagon helping. What do you want with our stuff? Get out of our stuff.
Why are you so sketchy?
What are you talking? We just want to get to Mistwood. That's all we want. Want to get off this road.
Why? What's so urgent?
Road?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are like, look at you. There's 6 of you, and you got weapons, and you got armor, and you got a bug, and everything. And we're merchants, and this is our wagon, and this is our stuff, and this is all we have, and we need to sell our stuff to make money, to make a living, to get back to home. So that's what we want to do. And if you're not going to help, move along. We got to get out of here.
Why is it so urgent?
They seem urgent and really on edge.
Yes, we have weapons, and we have a bug, and we have a combat chicken.
Make me a perception check as you're standing close to the wagon that you were starting to kind of snoop about.
Can I assist her?
Yes, you can.
Passive Force is on.
You're kind of walking around and lifting up the tarp as she's talking to this person, allowing her to see. What did you roll, Ren?
17.
With advantage?
Oh,
with advantage?
No. What was that?
So you get advantage.
I'm helping.
That gives me what?
Roll it
You get to roll it again.
Oh.
And take the better of the 2 rolls.
Oh. $22.
Nice.
Well, you definitely make it out. As she lifts, you're kind of having this conversation with this person, and she's just kind of casually kind of lifting up the tarp here and there as you're going around the wagon. You see what looks like a casket. Like basically a basic made rudimentary coffin.
Who's the dead guy?
You really start the person, then they turn and they go. That was my brother. Now leave us alone. Probably trying to rob us like the rest of them.
Rest of who?
Who?
You guys don't travel this road very often, do you?
No.
Let's
No.
pretend that we don't, and you're going to explain it more.
There's bandits everywhere.
Are you
there's
saying we
those-
look like bandits?
Well,
I mean,
yeah, look at you. You
Look
don't look
at
like
me.
those other ones that
He's
are
not
around now
wrong.
with the black armor and stuff. You don't look like them. They're new around here, around these parts, but you do look like bandits.
When was the last time you saw them? The ones in the black leather.
We're hunting
Couple
them.
days ago. They didn't bug us though. They just kind of watched.
do you know if there's any more of them camped out nearby?
Couple days back the way we came.
Yeah.
Head
What-
west.
What would be the right role to fix the wagon, by the way?
You would have to have basically it's either a straight intelligence check or a history check on knowing how to to know how to fix it, and then you'd probably need a strength check.
Definitely
Look it
not my forte. Okay.
They're slowly but surely fixing it, but it's going to take them a while. So, are you guys doing
How about this? Why don't we work together? We'll guard you and protect you while you fix your wagon, and you exchange with us some information.
Already told you all we know. What more do you want? And the other two are still.
Why are you so jumpy?
He pulls back the tarp, and you see a casket, full size, but it looks like it's just been thrown together there's bits of lumber and everything else in the back of the wagon, and there's a casket there, and there's a smaller casket beside it. We need to get out of the road. We want to get to Mistwood. It's dangerous out here. Even with you here, it doesn't matter. If you were heading west, go west.
So
Okay.
you'd rather us just leave you here by yourselves?
Are you guys making any progress under there? Maybe an hour.
Anybody actually know how to fix a wagon?
I wouldn't be the one to roll because I have absolute horrific on everything you listed.
Let's see. Do I?
All right. Well, have a nice life. Bye-bye.
Actually, I could try that.
What was it? Strength?
One that was faking it earlier?
Yes.
So make me a straight intelligence roll or a history check to see if you know how.
23.
You remember some basic rudimentary knowledge of how an axle's supposed to work. So you can make me an athletics check.
Okay, athletics is one of my good rolls. That would be 18.
Okay. You actually do help. In about 20 minutes, the wagon's fixed. Rather than an hour, and you guys can have a conversation more with him. Is there specific questions you want to ask? They seem very edgy about who's in the wagon. There is a couple of other crates in the wagon with the caskets. Obviously, they are merchants, but very edgy about that. And they've told you that there's bandits on this road. They told you that there's those new black armored individuals that are seen, but they don't seem harmful. They're watching. Maybe they're a new group planning to protect the road and so on. Yes, Oswald.
And we know that the cart was deliberately tampered with, right?
No one shared that information.
Right.
Yes, Yuki.
Is there anything that we could tell that's like slightly off about these caskets or anything? Or are they just like normal caskets?
Other than the fact they look like they were thrown together with spare lumber that was inside the back of this wagon, and it doesn't smell the most pleasant now that the tarp's been pulled back. Okay.
Okay. Oswald's going to head over to Serena and go, Whisper into her ear. Why did you make that signal? Is there a specific reason why we should not trust these people?
Passiflora hinted something was going wrong, so I wanted to tell her on the edge, just in case there was a trap. I didn't know there might have been something hiding in the back here.
I think we all just immediately assumed that it was going to be a trap. But it's just people on edge from the dead.
Be on guard.
I think
Oswald,
Passiflora rolls her eyes and comes out of the forest.
It might be the
trying to
DM fucking with you.
What?
I'm actually gonna ask how the mother and the other coffin people died, and who's in the second coffin.
Again, they mind your business.
I'm going to back off and leave them alone. Just start slowly walking up the path saying, maybe we should just let this one go, guys.
So you just start moving past slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say what goes into them. I'm gonna say nicely. I wanted to know their names so that I could do a prayer for them. I'm a cleric.
Oh, that's fair.
Oswald's going to ask Passiflora, what did you notice on them?
She'll relay her information, and then I think she'll whisper to the group. Maybe we should pretend to see if anything odd. I said maybe we should pretend to leave and see if anything odd happens as they leave.
Okay.
So we shared her information now?
Yes.
Yep. And as you guys are kind of doing all this and carrying your conversation and whatnot, you don't see Rin. You see Xerxes moving further west down the road. These guys are now packing up their wagon, covering the thing up with tarp again, and they're literally, well, thanks for your help. And we're going to go now. Oswald, yes.
Oswald's actually not going to let that happen because he has a feeling that there's something wrong because of what he just heard from Passiflora. So he's actually going to just walk up to the one who just talked, point his Gwinsu at them and go, okay, now we're no longer playing nice about this.
Oh, boy.
He goes, he's going to use an intimidation check, and he says, my friend over there has told me some things about your cart.
Oh, yeah, drag me into it.
Okay.
Serena has gone with the bug.
Okay, Serena's now left.
Passiflora's back in the forest. She's not getting involved.
Yeah.
Yuki, what are you doing?
Right now, she's kind of sitting here going like, because Oswald's going off on his own and doing things.
17 plus 7? To intimidate.
But she's probably going to move over to with the rest of the party away from Oswald. Let him get.
So you're moving further up the road. So Oswald, you have physically stopped a merchant caravan from moving forward to its destination.
Yes, because hold on, because if I'm hearing this right, Passiflora found out that the cart was intentionally sabotaged, right? If that's the case,
actually, it was Rin that found out the cart was sabotaged.
It was Rin, but I had a different thing that I saw.
Oh, what did you see? Sorry, I'm getting confused between the two of you now.
I noticed how scared they were.
Yes, she noticed that they were scared of something. Rin noticed and didn't share that the cart was sabotaged. So
fair enough.
I will let you take this action back.
I will actually roll that back because I got that confused.
Are you letting them leave?
Yes.
Okay. So
that was a mistake on my part. I confused Passiflora for Rin.
We'll say that Passiflora's in the forest, kind of watching them leave for at least a decent while to make sure nothing weird happens.
Now that they're leaving, once you see the wagon start to move and they're seem confident that it's holding, you see them pick up pace, like literally driving the horse forward, like to move out of the space. So you guys continue up the road, and I can't believe
Well,
wow, a wagon detour just really detoured you guys.
Well, they had been so scared, and it was
they were being
sabotage.
suspicious.
I thought there was Gilded Accord hiding in the wagon.
I'm still wondering.
I thought it was
Either
a
that or
trap.
they got attacked and they already got attacked once and the characters
Or
died.
they were being used as bait from the Gilded Accord to bait us into a
brief,
trap.
interlude into things that happen on the road. Sometimes when you're from a town, groups of bandits have inside people doing the job that sabotage certain wagons so that while they're on the road, they break down so that they can be ambushed.
Oh, and they thought we were the ambush.
These things happen, but they had already been ambushed once. And they thought
Oh.
we might be scavenging the rest of it. So, yeah.
Meanwhile, we're going, they're setting a trap for us.
God, they're weird. What's wrong with these people?
So you guys, again, the rest of the day you travel, just kind of these memories and thoughts of the wagon and what has them spooked, and you're watching the road. Rin, you're still. You guys do occasionally make sight of Rin as she scouts off ahead, in sometimes in the tall grasses, sometimes in some tree lines, depending on what there is. And as you guys move forward, Rin, you're the first to notice this. This is on the 6th day. So a day has gone by again with nothing. You just travel, and you're moving forward. Deep within a bend in the road, just kind of off to the one side, you notice like an overgrown stone structure, just slightly, maybe 15 yards off the, maybe 30 feet actually off the road. But it's pretty overgrown with tall grasses and some vines and a tree growing in the one background. What are you doing with that knowledge? You're the first to see it.
Do I sense any sort of like threatening presence or
Is your spider sense tingling?
what do you say? Perception?
Sure.
$25?
With a 25, it's eerily quiet, actually.
I raise my hand and signal the others to let them know
So
that there's to come
So
up.
as you guys are starting to get around this one bend, up ahead, you see maybe 30 feet in front of you guys now, you see Ren holding up her hand. As she's 30 feet ahead of you, and she's got her hand up. Telling you.
I look back and tell them to come closer.
Okay.
Can I cast invisibility?
You sure can.
Can I try and be stealthy?
Sure can. Roll stealth.
Did you get drunk, Oswald?
Yeah, I think maybe.
That's why I always go stealthy as soon as we go to look for something.
Okay.
22.
Okay. You think you're well hidden? Xerxes, you're invisible. He disappears.
It's like I wrap my wings around myself, and as I do, my image disappears.
Yeah. Folds in on itself. Like,
Yeah.
Rick, somebody teach me that.
Yeah, it looked kind of neat when you guys all of a sudden you're looking at him, and all of a sudden his wings kind of come up and go, and then he's gone.
I know, right?
Somebody teach me that.
Okay, so you guys get up to Rin, and you see her looking off to the left side, like it's the elbow of the bend, the bend in the road. And
did you just point at your elbow?
Yeah, the elbow in the road, the bend. So you guys look up ahead, and you see her pointing towards some kind of overgrown stone structure, maybe.
And I'm keeping everything quiet, and I just kind of cup my ear. and get them to listen.
Yeah, so anybody who is at this point that uses your perception, as long as you don't roll under 10, you will notice it's eerily quiet at this point. Like, you guys have been on the road, and there's always sounds of nature. Like there's the birds nearby, there's things rustling and insects and whatever. But it's this spot right here is really quiet and calm.
I rolled a natural 1 for perception, so I.
Yeah, you're oblivious. You just see an overgrown stone something up like 30 feet off the road.
Oof.
Oh no.
I also wrote a nat 1 in perception.
Wow,
no-
guys.
You have no clue, Oswald. You're just like, okay, whatever.
Oh man,
looking at-
the rolls
Looking at something overgrown.
Feast
stone
or
in the woods.
famine with this group, man.
These are pretty rough.
I good.
So who's doing what?
I signal Passiflora because she's the only one that I trust. And stuff. I said, I point at my eyes, point at that, and point at her and I.
I get what
Okay.
you're saying. Totally gonna
You
do a
guys are
perimeter
making-
check. She's specifically gonna try and channel like her survival skills because she's a ranger and stuff. Because obviously she's hunted, she knows things, or I would think she would know things like
Okay.
animals go quiet when there's a predator and things like that.
Okay, so you guys move forward.
Meanwhile,
I
Oswald's
point to the
going
rest
ahead.
of I point to the rest of the group and I go,
Damn,
Stay here.
I love it.
Yes, Xerxes.
Can I move up 20 feet?
Yeah, so you're moving just past the elbow?
Yeah, I'm invisible.
Okay. You're invisible just past the elbow, further west down the road, as they've kind of gone into the overgrown grasses to examine this stone structure. Yes, Serena.
Being told to stand still, I am going to stand still, but I'm also looking around because I know it should not be this eerily quiet. Is there some magical reason it's quiet, or is there something
You
else?
don't sense anything arcane in the area.
I don't see anything.
Nope.
Arcane anyway.
You are. So you're Passiflora and Rin. You get close to this stone structure and realize that the tree has cracked it. That's growing off the one side of it, and it's a shrine of some kind, a stone shrine. How
Similar
close
to
do you
like
get?
the ones we've run into before?
I'm
You-
going to
you've-
investigate.
Seen shrines before, but this is like really old, and it's set in this spot, and it's damaged, it's cracked. So how close do you get?
I'm going to cautiously go and see what I can see without getting on top of it.
So 10 feet?
Yeah.
For me, I think I'm going to try and keep somewhat of a distance. I'm specifically looking at where the tree cracked it and stuff because we've run into a couple different shrines that have been like sources of problems and stuff. So she's kind of looking for ichor or odd things, or just she's looking for or like the idea of the stone being kind of like a warding stone like before.
Okay. Xerxes, you want to say something?
Can I just keep an eye on the area can I keep an eye on the area in front and make sure that there's nobody sneaking up on them?
Yep, sure can. Sure can. So Passiflora, you're going to need to make me a nature check. Rin, you get within 10 feet. What you notice is that it's a shrine and there's an altar, and the altar itself is cracked as well. And there's strange offerings, scattered bones, melted candles, even silver coins at its base.
Ooh.
What kind of bones do they look like?
So you're getting closer than 10 feet?
Cautiously.
Okay, so, well, because you're specifically looking for that, I need you to make me an investigation check. What did you roll on the nature check, Passiflora?
A 16, which
That's
is lucky for
wonderful.
me because apparently I'm a really bad ranger and only have a +1 in nature.
Okay, that's fine. Even with the 16, it's just enough to know that you're looking at the base of this tree, and it looked like at one time it was a very healthy tree. It's not healthy now. It looks like it's pretty much dead. But it was growing in one direction, and then suddenly, for some reason, the growth pattern of the tree changed, and it went right into this shrine and cracked it.
Interesting. Okay, Passiflora is instantly going to pull up the people that might have any kind of religion or arcana, and she's going to go back to like Serena and point that out.
Okay, so Serena and Yuki are the two people that have. Oh, I guess Oswald does too, but he doesn't. He's not that kind of a religious person in general.
Yeah, so she goes back to those three since obviously she can't find Xerxes.
Yeah.
But she'll say it out to them.
She tells you that something in nature took this tree as it was growing, and all of a sudden, a tree turned direction of growth and grew into this shrine, or this. It's a shrine, some kind of a shrine out there.
So you want us to roll religion?
Roll me a religion check. So what did you roll on investigation there, Rin?
Nat 20 with proficiency, so 26.
Nice.
Nice.
With a 26, with what you're looking at, and like this shrine looks super, super old. One of the burnt candles isn't old. Several of the silver coins are newly laid. There's no dirt or dust on them at all. So there is signs of some recent activity. What did you guys roll on the religion check?
I got a nat 20.
19.
Anything over a 16, you guys, just from what she's describing, something, an omen perhaps, may have caused this tree to grow to destroy whatever shrine this is. You know, again, you still have no inclination of who the shrine is for or to, other than the fact that some kind of an omen has disrupted and broken the shrine. Yes, Serena.
Can we inspect the shrine from a safe distance to see if there's
How
any writing
close
on
is
it?
I'm practically on top of it.
And nothing's going
Like
on.
Rin is standing right beside it.
About 10 feet. I'll get about 10 feet. Can I see if there's any writing, or can tell who this is from or for or anything?
Being what you are, and because of your background, as you get within 10 feet, this is an altar to Griva, a burial shrine of some kind where people could come and say their prayers to those that have gone and they've lost, and make their offerings to her as they see fit. And you now see what's left here as well. It is a cracked altar and shrine. There are several silver coins scattered about. There are burnt out candles, like stubs, melted candles, and scattered bones here and there. Some human, some not human. Some different folk from around the area. Some animal.
Well, I'm gonna look at Ren and go, well, this is and tell her who it's from. This is a shrine of Griva. It's a burial shrine. People leave stuff here to pay respects. I'm guessing it was probably the merchants. They were the last ones here.
Okay. Like it is getting close to dusk at this point. Xerxes. Xerxes, you notice in the distance, because you're watching west. You're watching the west road. There seems to be, and you didn't notice him before now, but then as you're watching, it's like he's been there for a while. Seems to be kind of stopped there at a distance away from you, maybe 90 feet in the distance. And it's with the dusk, and he's kind of off to the edge, and he's riding a horse. He's wearing all dark colors, whether it's gray, it might be black, but it could be gray, it could be dark green, you're not sure. But just seems to be not getting close to you, not moving further away from you, just kind of pacing a little bit back and forth on the road at an equal distance to you, as you guys are all here investigating.
Is it a
Are you
pale
doing
horse?
anything? You don't see any horse. Xerxes, what are you?
How
you
far
doing?
is it from me?
About 90 feet.
Fine.
And yes, you are invisible. So
Yeah. Can I move up to about 50 feet to get a better view of it?
yep. You get closer. Still have to make me a stealth check on this one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you're invisible, though, I'll give you a +2 to your stealth.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay, so he doesn't notice you. You get within 50 feet. It is a nice horse, a really nice steed, with a fine saddle and blankets and everything else. It is black, red, and gold in color. The trimmings on the horse. The individual riding is wearing like a black overcoat with a cloak bound with a familiar clasping pin. No visible weapons on the individual. He seems to be looking back in the direction that your party is at right now. And that's what you notice. And the horse is kind of going back and just kind of, you know what I mean? Like you see the rider that's casually just kind of there and just watching.
Do I get the sense that he's kind of signaling to somebody else or in communication with somebody else?
Make me an insight check.
Uh, 18.
You just get the feeling he's watching you guys.
Okay, I'll meander back to the party and come. This will be fun. I'll come back to the party and come up behind Oswald.
All right, so Oswald, you're there. You're looking at some of them that have gone off now into the tall grasses. It's starting to get dark. The sun is going down. It's dusk at this point, and it's quiet. Like you've now noticed it. Everybody now at this point notices that this area is like you can hear each other, but everything else is quiet. And as you're there and they're distant, you're there. All of a sudden, Xerxes is behind you. Xerxes, what are you doing? Make yourself known.
I'm going to. This is such a bad idea. I am going to prestidigitation the sound of a chicken, but I'm going to make it really loud.
Yes, Rin.
Before I leave the altar, I place a silver coin on it.
Nice.
Okay.
Where are you
and then I'll
placing
break
the sound?
And then I'll break invisibility behind him.
So did you put the sound in front of him or behind him?
No, behind him. I'm trying to scare him.
Okay, so it was behind you.
Okay. Oswald's going to just go, and just attack with his squid suit.
Oh no.
Just,
That's fine. I'll take that.
That's okay. No, you got to make an attack at disadvantage because you were an invisible target.
No, he broke invisibility, he said.
Yeah, no, I
as it was happening, so it's at the exact same time.
Okay.
He surprised you, 100%.
All right. Just want to make sure. That is a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So you turn around and you realize you just whacked Xerxes.
Oh, what the hell?
with a bladed weapon.
And you guys off now at the shrine hear this commotion going on back at the road.
Yeah,
You're witnessing.
Why did you do that?
So I witnessed
No,
this.
I was just trying to have some fun.
Yes.
Hey.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna make annoyed bunny thumbs with my feet, walk over to Serena, and tattle on Oswald.
Oswald just basically ranting at him in rat type bird folk.
Yeah, so you see Oswald for the first
Stop
time
talking English now.
make a bunch of ostrich sounds at Xerxes. Like squawks and whatever else. I don't know whatever sound an ostrich makes, so I'll have to get some recordings of
He's
that.
completely lost his composure and has just slipped back to his old language.
I feel like I should mention there's a guy on a horse that way, and he's wearing all black, and he's watching us.
Why didn't you say that earlier?
I don't know. I felt like right now was the right time.
Okay, so Rin, you've now come back to the group and left the shrine. And Serena, you're back with the group. And
Yep.
Passiflora, I'm assuming the same thing.
Yeah,
you
she
guys talking
comes
about
back
the
and says, "So much for being quiet."
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
forgot about
tattling
that
to
part.
Serena about how Oswald decided to smack Xerxes with a sword.
Thank
Oswald
you. It is a sword on a stick.
or
Okay,
something, whatever.
hold
Yeah,
on.
Let's
yeah.
see.
Xerxes scared Oswald, and yeah. So do you guys tell him about the shrine?
Yes.
So there is a shrine to Griva in the overgrowth that has been, well, you guys determined intentionally cracked from perhaps an omen of some kind, and Ren, you've realized it's recently been used.
Mm-hmm. And I share that information.
Do we
Are
hear
you guys
Xerxes
doing
say there's
anything
a
about the shrine?
Yeah, I would have
And
told everybody.
And there's a lone rider up the road.
Yeah, there's a guy on a horse. He's got a really long cloak on. I don't see any weapons, but it could be underneath his cloak. He looks fancy, like more so than we've faced so far.
So
I'm a little
He
concerned.
looks. Remember the you do remember when you guys were in the one of the I guess the final scene, the last one, the Magister, the Gilded Accord Magister that was there. He very much looks like one of them.
Oh dear. I'll point that out.
I think maybe we should go around him and maybe he hasn't seen us. Maybe monitor him to see if he has anything to do with the shrine since it was purposely destroyed. Anyone know anything about Griva? Since you mentioned Griva, I don't know much about that one myself.
Yuki and Serena, all you guys know because you guys are followers of Kumir. Kumir's wife is her sister is Griva, and she's the goddess of death. Essentially, it's the goddess that Mox followed from season 1 and 2 and 3.
And it's also the one Valno follows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Serena will tell her what she knows about it. I agree. I think we should probably move around.
Yeah.
Gilded Accord.
I don't think
I will ask because as I mentioned already, it's getting close. It is pretty much nighttime now.
Yeah.
It's starting to get dark on the road. Are you continuing to move forward and then trying to move around them that you might not see them, or are you just kind of waiting and setting up a camp? Oswald, you have something to add?
Oswald's actually going to head over to Serena and relay the message he got from Xerxes.
All the information has been shared, Oswald.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. You know, I told everyone.
Well, he didn't do that. He was standing behind.
We could use cover of darkness to get around. It might make it easier not to see.
You could. I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, no. I'm talking to the rest of the party.
I think
I agree.
using cover of darkness to get around, but kind of keep an eye on if he's tied to the shrine or not. Because for me, it's like Grievous just someone that's a deity of the dead. Then why was it intentionally destroyed? And that's what's throwing me off.
Was it intentionally destroyed?
Yes, the tree was intentionally made to grow into the shrine.
With some kind of magic?
I don't know
Could
if
just
it
be
was
somebody
magic
who-
or not. That's not my forte.
I mean, it could be somebody who doesn't like Grieva, but it seems like a strange way to desecrate a shrine. Why wouldn't you just destroy it? You know?
Exactly. It just seems
I think it
almost like the
purposely.
forest doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe somebody was trying to destroy it, but like they shot magic at it but missed and hit the tree instead.
A lot of scenarios. There's just not enough information for sure.
No,
I think we should go ahead and move around.
Yeah, I agree. Just yeah.
Yeah, I
We'll
agree.
tell our smart people when we get home.
So you guys continue up the road
Mhm.
to where Xerxes, you had seen that rider. You no longer see him. You're not meaning he's not there. It's just you just really don't see him. But you move around where you thought and you see tracks, horse tracks around the area, but the road is hard, so it's hard to tell if he's left or still near. You know what I mean? And it's dark, so you go around, and the night passes by. So you do go about an hour. You're starting to get tired. Do you guys eventually stop and set up camp?
Yeah, that's fair.
So you guys
do we
that.
want to set up a watch system?
Definitely with us getting closer.
First.
Yeah.
Oswald will take second.
I'll take third, I guess.
I'll take one.
With me?
We probably only need 4, I think.
Huh?
So I say we probably only
We
need
already have
4.
first watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we stay up for
You only
2
need
hours
4.
each. Should be good.
So what's the watch order? So I can put it down.
Me,
Ben, then Oswald, then Xerxes, then you.
I believe I have the ability to see in the dark because of my thing in the twilight.
Yeah, I mean, you can if you want.
So I could choose one of the nighttime
Oswald.
watches if you want.
You could
I thought you
up
could
with someone if I remember correctly.
Ran, Oswald. So it was Ran, Oswald, Xerxes.
Xerxes and Serena.
Yeah, I can see very well in the dark, both magically and non-magically.
Mm-hmm.
Because of my thing in the clear,
And I'm a
so
cat,
I have eyes of night as well,
That's
which means
that's
I have
what
dark
I have.
vision of 300 feet.
Oh no, I've got double sight.
So if
Well,
somebody wants me to do
Doesn't
one of the
that
night
give that
ones,
to
I can.
everybody?
She can give it to people.
You can give it to people.
Yeah, but how
I'll
long
take
does it
it.
last?
It depends on who she wants to give it to and if anyone needs it.
If it only lasts for an hour, then it's not.
It's not really
Yeah,
pointless.
it's
It's
a little
pointless.
bit, but it would still be an hour worth.
I
Yeah.
can magically share the dark vision of this feature with a willing creature you can see within 10 feet of you, up to a number of creatures equal to your wisdom modifier. Minimum of 1 creature. The shared dark vision lasts 1 hour.
Yeah,
Kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Honestly.
it's handy for like half a shift, but I mean, there's enough of us with dark vision that it shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, so you guys set up the
However,
camp.
Oswald doesn't have dark vision, so if you want to hang out with Oswald to help with that.
So
But yeah.
you guys set up your watches. You take your preparations. You set up a camp, and you get a long rest. So take your long rest, and the next day you move on. So days 9, 10. Yep.
When we get up the next morning, do we see any signs of a fire, or that horseman is still watching us, or he's tracking us, or any of that?
Perception check.
Perception? Okay.
Yep.
Did everyone make that, or is it?
Sure.
Cool.
If you want to.
I would like to.
That's a 16.
Yeah, you don't see any traces of anything.
25.
Where you 25? No, there's no trace of any rider anywhere.
That's 20.
Same thing. No trace of any rider anywhere. You're sure of it.
Good to know.
Top of this, a nat 1.
Yeah,
I think
the
I
road,
see him.
the road is hard. The road is hard. Yeah.
Yeah, the road is hard.
So you guys
I don't
move
like-
on. And as I said, day 9, day 10, day 11, day 12. In the distance, you see a fork in the road where the Golden Road, as wide and solid as it is, continues westward. But a
And
smaller
we're
road.
officially out of my rations, aren't we?
No, well, it's been 12 days. So you tell me.
Yeah,
and if
you
you're
said
eating those rations, then yes, you are.
Yeah, you said that I had 12 days worth.
But that's right. But other people may have had other rations. So I'm just saying they may be out of rations. So keep an eye out for that. Let me what's going on. So
At the
up
very
ahead,
least,
though.
we'll come with the rations I packed.
So up ahead, you notice the road forks, and a smaller road leads northwards. There is what looks like some kind of a post sticking out of the ground up ahead. As you get closer, it's a freshly painted sign. It looks to have been recently moved or positioned, but it just says Scarlet Haven on the sign.
Can I see where it got moved from?
Make me a investigation check.
I was assuming that.
Oh boy.
And that would be a 5.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you're just like, you see Oswald go up to the sign, and it's a sign that got freshly painted on it, Scarlet Haven. That's what you see. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Or are you just moving on?
Is the paint still wet?
No.
Ah, too bad.
No,
Can
it's
we
not.
tell? Can we tell what it was before, or?
Oh, so you're looking more closely at the sign, not that it's been moved. The whole post has been moved, but maybe the sign has been tampered with and altered.
Yes.
It looks like that the writing part of the sign had been taken down fairly recently and done up. And there is faint traces of paint on the sign underneath. It looks like it's been scraped off or sanded off before this new went on it. So I need you to make me an investigation roll.
Okay.
I will give her assistance.
Okay, so roll with advantage.
And you said it was a
Investigation roll.
investigation. Okay. 21.
21. You definitely can make it out. It's hard because the new lettering is bigger and it's gone over the smaller lettering that was underneath it. It actually said, "Beware, bandits."
That's for sure.
There was no sign here that originally that said Scarlet Grove. It just said, "Beware, bandits."
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she'll look back at the sign, look back at the party. Somebody didn't want people to know there were bandits around here. I don't remember there being a sign here stating Grove, but it did say beware bandits, so we might want to be on our toes.
Well, we already had signs of that before. What does the map say?
Oswald, make me a history check because you were a Golden Road protector. You've been up and down this road before.
Ooh, that's a 23.
There was no actual sign to mark the northern road, but there was a post here, but there was no actual sign on it originally, and that's been for years. There's just been a marker post that has been established that people generally know when they take the Golden Road. This road is known as the Scarlet Trail that leads north to Scarlet Haven, and it goes through some pretty rough area near the Grove.
Oswald just looks confused. He goes, there was a post here, but there was never a sign.
Well, here's my thought. They went all this way and went to all this trouble to set up this trap for us. It would be rude of us not to walk into it.
Right.
Oswald just goes,
stopping them, not getting trapped.
Oswald just raises his hands and just goes, they did put a nice invitation for us, and it is partly my job to deal with this kind of thing.
I agree. I agree with the bug and the bird brain, but I think what we should do is some of us will flank around, and our volunteers can be our decoys.
Okay. So you basically flank around the post because the post is off to the one side of the road. Like, are you continuing up the trail? Where you're
what
supposed
I'm
to be
saying
headed?
is I'm suggesting that
We split the party.
Xerxes and Oswald carry on right down the middle of the road, like, completely clueless and oblivious.
And you guys are off to the side.
We're off to the
Oswald-
side, hidden in the woods, and ready to spring the trap
Oswald's
on our
going,
would-be trappers.
Oswald's going to approach Xerxes for this. And he actually asked this time, I am faster than you, my friend. If you want, when we are making our escape, you could go on my back and I can take you faster than you can fly.
Make me an intelligence roll, Oswald.
Oh, come on. 14.
Xerxes can fly.
I assumed I could run faster than he could fly.
But if you're trying to get away, he can fly. He can go
Right
up.
out of the range.
He could travel in.
You guys are moving up the road.
But I tell you what,
And
why don't I ride your back anyway to make you feel comfortable?
Oswald just walks away from you.
That's fair. I'll walk behind you. I'm just kidding, buddy.
he's got that her moment. Just
Pass a thorn.
yeah, with a squawk. So you guys continue up the road, but in the manner you said, the two of you are taking the middle of the road, and the rest of you are around the side. As you move forward, the Scarlet Trail is rougher than the Golden Road for sure. It winds through dense woodland and rocky ridges. The air is heavy with the scent of pine and damp earth, and the sound of unseen creatures lingers in the undergrowth. The Scarlet Grove is to your left, to the west of this path, and the path the trail winds kind of in and out of it at times. And there's every tree has these wonderful red scarlet covered leaves and branches, but they're pine trees, but they actually have leaves, not just needles, but leaves amongst them. It's just a really magical looking place as you go. I need the group to make either perception or survival rolls. I need 4 successes, and you'll have to tell me what it is you're rolling for after you roll it. So I'll let everybody do that. So perception and or survival.
I'll go first.
Same for me either way. So I rolled a 12.
Okay, I'll get to you guys in a second. Everybody roll the dice, and I'll start off with Rin. What did you roll?
23 on perception.
Okay. Serena, what did you roll?
26 on perception.
Okay. Xerxes.
11 on perception.
Yuki.
Perception is
You can do survival as well.
dirty 20.
Fire.
Okay. Oswald, what did you roll?
12.
On.
Perception.
Passiflora.
A 16 on survival since no one else is doing
There
it.
you go. Who's gonna
Okay. Well, that is 4 successes in total that you've made. Now, those of you that made perception, you notice as you're traveling up the road on day 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. As I said, it's been rough going. And you're maintaining this, 2 of you taking the main road, the rest of you are kind of on the outskirts. You notice at certain spots where obviously travelers have camped before. You're not the first people to camp along the road. Markings left behind by those that passed. Warnings, a lot of them, warnings of possible ambush areas and so on. So you notice this, and by following some of them and putting it together, you kind of avoid certain areas of the road where you kind of veer off for a little bit and then come back. So you're very cautious with that. Passiflora, your survival roll allowed them to find the safe passes without hitting any natural hazards. So that you knew the areas that were bad, you helped them navigate those areas around as you did so. On day 18, you guys are nearing, or the 18th day arrived, and at last, Scarlet Haven stands before you, nestled against the Scarlet Grove, its towering trees glowing with their eternal crimson leaves. The city or large town, I guess you'd say it is as beautiful as it is mysterious. Yet there's no bustling market that welcomes you. No eager merchants call out their wares. The outer streets are hushed, and distant figures observe you from behind windows and rooftops. You have arrived, but the real challenge seems to be just beginning. What are you guys doing? You're kind of standing before that. You see the town ahead of you. You're not in the town yet. There's no walls. It's not gated. It's in view. You see it. You're kind of observing the streets and how quiet it is, and so on. What is your actions at this point?
And what time of day is it?
It would be maybe mid-morning by now. The morning, like the 18th day, just started.
Mm-hmm. What do we know about the city? Is it normally bustling, or is it normally quiet?
It's technically, as far as like Oswald will know, it's a large town, and yeah, it's just like Mistwood normally. Yes, Oswald, you wanted to add? You're waving your little red plate.
Oswald was actually going to call to one of the people looking at them and goes,
"Okay, again, hang on. You're not even in town yet. You're looking at the town coming up the road, and you're observing the streets of the town ahead. Are you yelling out down the road to these people?"
No, I'll wait until we get. I'll probably just run into the area and call to one of the people then.
So you're going to run in.
Yes, because it's best if I scout it out first. That way, we don't all get jumped, and I can easily run away.
Okay. So at this point, let me do something here.
I hate when he does that.
I wonder how long it's going to be till he gets killed.
At this point, I think Oswald's going to be the first of our party to die.
All right. So Scarlet Haven stands before you. Its red leaf trees swaying in the wind like silent watchers. The cobbled streets curve as you're walking towards it, or moving, hustled towards it. In Oswald's case, it curves gently between ivory stone buildings adorned with intricate elven-like carvings. But unlike other settlements, there is no immediate sign of bustling commerce. Instead, there is an eerie quiet. Locals peer from behind shuttered windows. Whispers carried on the wind like ghosts of forgotten conversation. The town's beauty is undeniable, yet something unseen lingers in the air, waiting. Ahead, the town square appears largely empty, save for a few hooded figures making their way between shops. The Scarlet Grove looms in the background, its ancient boughs casting shifting shadows upon the town's edge. Something is wrong here. The question is, where do you begin? And with that, we are going to end this episode of Emerald Legion.
With Oswald getting himself into trouble again.
So
that seems to be a running theme of Oswald.
Didn't you get
stuck in the middle last time?
So with that in mind, those of you that are watching, thank you very much for tuning in to Emerald Legion episode 7. Be sure to come back next week, Thursday at 7 p.m. for episode number 8. Be watchful of another live stream coming on Tuesday. It is, let me just double check here. I want to make sure it is Tuesday. It is at 7 p.m. Oh my goodness, I'm really in a mess here. I've lost everything. Yeah, it is at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. It is Blackthorn Keep, I believe. That's going to be happening. It's another new adventure. For those of you as well that want to go back and watch some videos, there was a one-shot that was just played out on Tuesday, which saw the end of what these players dropped off in the town of Mistwood, the actual Etherbloom shard. You saw what became of that shard and the end results of that. So if you want to go back and watch the episode, I encourage you to do so. It was a lot of fun. Again, it kind of complete a storyline for you. But in the meantime, just keep tuning in. We got more coming. I will give you just momentarily here as well, once again, show you the Discord link. So if you want to write that down, it is DP6 capital UH 3J capital D 6H, and that will bring you to the Discord channel. Become part of the community. We really appreciate it. Everybody is welcome. It's very inclusive. We don't turn anybody away unless you're a dick. That's just the way it works. Don't be a dick and everything's fine. So you'll be good. And of course, if you want to actually help support the channel and the Discord and the development of the world, we have some really cool merch available, some t-shirts, mugs, cell phone cases, and so on. We also do have our Patreon page, which helps support on a monthly level, which will also give you free access to some of the downloads of some of the regions and worlds and ancestries and all kinds of other goodies that are available from Deacon's Table for Foreverland, which can be used in any campaign setting as well. So, all right, guys, I want to say goodbye out there that are those watching. And again, tune in next week, and we'll see you on Tuesday as well for our upcoming. Oh, who's doing what? Oh, we got yeah, okay, that's just looks like a streamboo.com, some kind of spammer. We don't need them. Anyway, bye for now, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.